Hello students and namaste everyone. I am Dhaval sir and our today's topic is your unit 3 poem The Ball Poem by John Berryman. So this poem is about a very young boy who is playing with a ball and suddenly that ball goes into the harbor, that is a place on the coast where the ships are anchored, right? So in this way he loses his ball and he is very much upset and sad upon the loss of ball. The boy gets totally disturbed as it was the ball with which his feelings were attached. So here in the poem the poet says that losing something which we love is very difficult and to live without it is even more difficult. So here the ball represents material things and relations upon the loss of which we feel very sad and depressed. But the poet says that everyone in life loses this material things and relations at one point or the other point in life. But we have to learn to live without it, right? So that is what the poem is about, right? So the main theme of this poem is that the life is very precious, right? And one should not waste his life. Okay, so he has to learn to live with the losses that come in our life or the losses that occur in our life. And life can be lived purposefully and fruitfully only when we stand up and come out of the depression. Because whenever we have lost our relations, right, the relatives or the near ones or the things, and when we lose that thing we are totally sad and depressed, right? We don't understand or we don't know what to do now. So it becomes very difficult for us to proceed in our life, but we have to learn to live without these things and move ahead in our life. Now we'll try to understand the poem line by line. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There it is in the river. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. Right, so through this lines, the poet is trying to say that when the boy was playing, right, happily and merrily, he was over there seeing the boy jumping and playing with the ball, but he also saw the ball bouncing down the street and going down to the harbor, and he also saw the boy losing his ball, right? So as the ball went into the harbor that is in the water, he lost it, and now he knows that he cannot get back that ball. So due to that reason the boy is very sad, right? But the poet says no use to say, oh, there are other balls, right? That means the poet is trying to say that the ball which is lost, right, with that ball the young boy had his feelings attached, and if even the poet tries to give him another ball, then he won't be that much happy as with the first ball. Okay, an ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. That means through this line, the poet is trying to say that an ultimate means that is the maximum. So, ultimate means maximum. That means with the loss of the ball, the boy is totally in a sad or a grief mood, right? And he is trembling and staring down, so he is continuously looking at the ball. That means he is in a depressed mood and he is not able to come out of that. As he stands, okay, all his young days into the harbor where the ball went, I would not intrude on him a dime, Another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility. In a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. That means here actually the poet symbolizes the young boy's innocence, right, with the ball. So here the poet is trying to say that as and when the boy will grow up, the people they will try to take away the innocence of the young boy, but he has to learn to live the life in a happiest way. That means people will try to take away the things, people will try to cheat him, or people will try to make him angry, but he always has to live happily, and he has to learn the way of living the life. Okay, so through this paragraph the poet says that uh, as he saw the boy's ball went away into the water, he could also give him another ball because it is not of much value, right? But he knows how much feelings the boy had with the ball, with the first ball. So he's saying that if I'll help the boy in getting another ball, but then too it is useless because in the boy's life this is the time when he has to learn to live away without the thing which he loved the most, because in future a time will come when he will lose many things, right? He will lose many of his possessions which are beloved to the young boy, but he has to learn to live without those things. Okay, balls will be lost away, little boy, and no one buys a ball bag. Money is external. That means through this line, the poet is trying to say that many things are in our life, many possessions, many relations are such in our life which once lost. Right? If we talk about human beings, so uh, close ones, our close ones, that means our parents, maybe our children or wife or anyone, right? So those are the relations. So once a person dies away, if they go away from us, then nothing can be done, not even the money can bring it back. So money is said to be external thing. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes the epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. So epistemology means the understanding of the loss, that is the nature of loss. Okay, so that means what it means to lose something. So through this last paragraph, as I said, the poet is trying to say that this is the right age when the boy needs to learn, right? What is the meaning of losing something? That is, if we lose something, then also how we should adjust our life to live it in a proper and a fruitful or a happy way, right? So through this line, further the poet says that the boy should learn like this how to live the life, and he's trying to say that in life, not only the boy but every man, that means everyone who is born in this world, has to learn to live this way. That means he's trying to say that in everyone's life there is a loss of one or the other thing, but if we don't learn to live, means if we don't learn to live with the loss of these things, then our life will be totally depressed and it will be worthless, right? So our life will become worthless. So that's it about the poem, right? So what the moral of the poem is, that is through this poem we can learn that in life many of our possessions may be lost in our life, like money, relations, etc., but to live the life one must learn to bear the pain associated with loss, right? Then only can he live, or we live our life happily. So that's it about the poem. I thank you everyone for listening to me and watching the video.